Hey everybody, this is Jamal, author of Skip the Rat Race, How to Seize Your Bright Future and Live It Now. I just finished a different Facebook Live for the church that I attend, talking about aligning with the kingdom. Those of you who have been following me for some time, you do know that I serve as one of the pastors of the church I attend in the Cincinnati area in Hamilton, Ohio. But I wanted to jump on again and just share a leadership tip. I know I'm getting back into the groove of sharing the success tips. There was a time where I took a break because I was on vacation, and then preparing for the start of the school year is one of my busiest times. The busiest time for an educational leader is beginning of the year as well as the end of the year when it's during testing season. And so, but I wanted to jump on and drop this leadership tip for all of those who follow me, who like to talk business, who like to learn about leadership. And the last tip I did a quick live video. I talked about focusing on one aspect of your vision. The vision should be multifaceted and large enough to where it has different aspects and different components. And I talked about how it's counterproductive to try to do every aspect of your vision at one time, especially if you're dealing with limited staffing. You know, there has to be a focus. Now, I know we're in the season or in the age where everybody's talking about multitasking and you have to be able to be skilled at doing multiple things at once. But there still is something to be said about a renewed focus where you can focus on one aspect, make sure you have a team in place to knock that out, and then move on to the next thing. And so this week, I want to continue that and talk about after you focus on one aspect of the vision, your next step of focus or your next area of focus should be on the people who help you carry it out. Once you've identified something, you set up a plan for one specific area. Now, who do you know on your team, or who can you outsource and contract in to help you fulfill this thing and carry out this vision? And so you have to figure out who can do what. A lot of times, I know that there is a strategy out there that says you get the right people first and then figure out the what. But I believe there should be a mixture of both. I believe when you're building your team, you need to get the right people. But I also believe when it comes to accomplishing a task, you need to match the right person and their skill set with the task that has to be accomplished. A person can be very skilled and very gifted, and if they are not matched with the right task, then they will not produce the results that you want to produce. So focus on your team, find out who you're going to get to carry out this vision, and then share the vision with them in a way that creates buy-in and promotes understanding. Now, you have to do that with your entire team. You have to share the vision with your entire team in a way that gets buy-in, promotes understanding. But then those specific ones who are going to have a direct hand in the aspect that you're focusing on, you need to make sure they have really bought in and that there are no misunderstandings. They have to be crystal clear as to what you want them to do. Now, I recommend not giving them step by step, because we are in the age now where no one likes dictatorship style of leadership, which is not really effective. And so, but I do believe you should provide some overall framework and an overall structure, and then let them fill in the blanks as to how they're going to accomplish it. You say, hey, this is what we need to do. Here's the framework. And then let them use their expertise to piece together the how. But you have to make sure that there are no misunderstandings as to what your vision is and what your focus is, because a misunderstanding of the vision can lead to misinterpretation, which could then lead to actions that are out of alignment, which will cause a loss of time and a loss of productivity. And so you might have to take several occasions or several sessions of casting vision and making sure they understand, because we have to be on the same page with your team. And they must have the ability to problem solve as situations arise in light of the goals that you are trying to accomplish at that specific time. And that ability for them to problem solve comes from them having a clear understanding, but also knowing the why. You know, when you explain the why and show the importance, then they can problem solve and be able to take it from there. And so I mentioned, you know, my strategy is to focus on the students, which is easy for me, but now I have to focus on the teachers more or my staff more to impact my students. And so now I'm focusing on more of what the adults need. You know, it's easy to give them basically what they need, but I have to take it to the next level to figure out more distinctly what they need so that they can do what they need to do to meet the needs of the students. All right, I know I tailored that leadership lesson a little bit towards educators. That's the realm I'm in. Hopefully you can pull some nuggets from it. And so I just wanted to share that with you this week. Remember, be successful.